everybody. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace.
All right, let's stand and sing our first song, God is My Source. It's on the orange sheet, salmon.
Karen, what's your source?
God. God is my source.
God is my power.
God gives me everything I need.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Love.
Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Joy.
Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need.
God.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Yeah.
We thrive. I'm going to sing this for you first, really slow, for all the people that I have never met before that haven't heard this song. It repeats, we, you, I. They're exactly the same verses. We thrive in this universe of bounty. You guys can help me. We thrive in this universe, incredibly alive. We thrive in this universe of beauty. In this very moment, in this very moment, in this very moment, we thrive. And you people at home can sing along with us. We thrive in this universe of bounty. We're thriving. We thrive in this universe, incredibly alive. We thrive in this universe of beauty. In this very moment, in this very moment, in this very moment, we thrive. You thrive. You thrive in this universe of bounty. You
right. All right, beloveds, while you're standing, let's turn to one another and offer the Namaste Greeting. Namaste, Namaste Zoomers, we love you. We're so glad you're here with us today. Namaste, Namaste. Namaste, Namaste Travis. Namaste Brian. Namaste musicians, thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, and please take a moment to silence your cell phones. If you haven't done so already, please silence your cell phones. Silence. And good morning. Wow, they're putting the tree up in the lobby. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Hello, everyone. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual director and senior minister here, and I would like to welcome you to Awakening Ways Spiritual Community, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of awakening to the loving heart, the inspired mind, and sacred soul present in every life. We are an independent New Thought community, and we follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We've been waiting for you. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I'm so grateful I'm alive.
I'm so grateful I'm alive.
I'm so grateful I'm alive.
So grateful I'm alive.
I'm so grateful I'm alive.
I'm so grateful I'm alive.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, now our beloved practitioner of the day, Susan, is going to come up for our Ernest Holmes reading and invocation.
Good morning, beloveds. I am your practitioner for the day, and so I want to start by just reminding you that we are a spiritual community that absolutely knows the power of prayer, and you know that too. So there are several ways that you can receive prayer. One of them is to fill out a prayer request over in that box right there, or if you're Zooming, you can send us an email at info@awakeningways.org. And we'll be put prayer request in the subject line, and we'll be happy to pray for you for the whole week. And at the end of this service, I'll be out in the lobby if anyone would like to do what we call a 3-minute miracle. So, having said that, I have a lovely quote here from Ernest Holmes. You can choose if you want to close your eyes or not. I'm going to follow that with a prayer. So, Ernest Holmes says, "Today, through praise and thanksgiving, I recognize the divine presence in everything. In the midst of darkness, I will sing a song to the dawn, for I know that the eternal light dissipates all darkness. Today, I will recognize the beautiful and the perfect in everything. I will call it forth with praise and thanksgiving, blessing the spiritual reality back of all things." And so as we take this moment to remember that presence, that power, that love, that creator that is always with us, it created us, and it lives in us and through us. We remember who we are, and we call forth with praise all our good. And all our good is here right now in this place, in this beautiful sanctuary, in the incredible music that we experience, the creativity and the harmony, so beautiful. And in the words that Reverend Elizabeth shares with us today, those words are divinely inspired, and we hear them with the ears of the divine. Those words go straight into our hearts, and they inform us for the rest of this day, for the rest of this week, for the rest of our lives. We are changed, we are moved, and I'm so grateful for that. I give thanks for all that has occurred and all that is to occur. I release these words into the law, and together we say, and so it is.
Someday you'll see we'll be only frequency. My brain is an antenna, tuning inside and not out, wrapped into the wonders of this paradise. Everything comes to me, all I got to do is be. I'm turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. A crystal in a palace, well, I resonate so pure, wrapped into the wonders of this universe. Sentient, aware, love's vibration fills the air. I'm turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. Whoa, someday you'll see we'll be only frequency. I still want to stick around. There's so much beauty to be found living in God's paradise. Don't take me home, let me stay. I'm not ready to go away. I'm turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. Don't beam me up, beam me down. I still want to stick around. There's so much beauty to be found living in God's paradise. Don't take me home, let me stay. I'm not ready to go away. I'm turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. Turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. Turned on, tuned in, and ready to receive. Whoa, someday you'll see we'll be only frequency.
Woo! Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. Just wow. Yes? Good morning, beloveds. Hello again. It's so good to be with you here this morning. How's everybody doing? Good? Turkey hangovers or what? Or tofurkey? Oh my goodness. We should be okay by now. It's Sunday, but the leftovers, right? Like that is the second best part. Oh my goodness. So it's the last Sunday of November already. Time just flies by. And we're wrapping up our Seed of Awakening for this month, which has been gratitude. And the invitation for us at this point, as far as gratitude is concerned, is to carry this seed all the seeds, right, that we do every month, carrying that seed into the rest of our lives. And so not having gratitude just be done in November, but to allow it to grow and continue to nurture that seed as we go along. And so the topic for today, if you haven't guessed it already, is I'm so grateful I'm alive. And I love doing a little summary of the month, right? That's great for me. For those of you who weren't here, you get a little bit of, you get like the best of. And for those of you that have been here every Sunday, you get to kind of reignite what we've talked about. And so we began the month with the German mystic Meister Eckhart, and that he observed, if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. And how powerful that was. And we said that aloud together, so let's do that together again now. Thank you. Again, thank you. One more time. Thank you. And we had some fun at the beginning of the month, and we went around and said thank you, and you could viscerally feel the energy in the room shift. And so that was the beginning point of this month, learning that gratitude changes us. Being grateful, starting with that grateful heart, alters the way that we move through the world. So we started to go through the rest of the month in terms of the stages of gratitude, which I'm going to touch upon in a moment. But Ernest Holmes said that an attitude of gratitude is most salutary. And I love that statement. So that means that having an attitude of gratitude is actually health-giving, and it produces good effects. It's beneficial to us. And so as with all of these teachings, it's like, why not try it on, you know? Why not just try to use it in your life and see what happens? Like going to the store, you try on a shirt, you like it on the rack, and you try it on and you're like, or you say, yes, this is it. You know, we can use these in our lives and see the benefits of the tools here. So studies have actually shown that a gratitude practice leads to greater happiness, increased energy, improved kidney function, reduced blood pressure, and a stronger heart. I mean, that's better than any pill we could take, right? It's easier too. So every night before bed, I list at least 10 things I'm grateful for, and in the morning, right when I wake up, I list 10 things I'm grateful for also. And then we added in our book of the month, which is the gratitude formula, and the practice that she has, that 7-step practice, which I know many of you have followed throughout the month. And I've seen the way that you've kind of transformed and began to say yes as you gave thanks for the things that you want to experience in your life, as if you're already experiencing them. And then it's like throwing your hat over the fence and then going to get the hat, right? I'm grateful, so grateful for this experience in my life that's already here. And then like a magnet, it's pulled to you. Has that been your experience? Awesome. Good. So we talked about paying our bills and giving thanks for paying the bills and being grateful, you know, to PG&E and Spectrum and the garbage man and all of that stuff, and ultimately being thankful to Spirit, which is expressing itself as each of these services. And because we kind of can take that for granted, right? But wow, there are countries that don't do any of that, you know? So we are so blessed, and really getting how blessed we are with hot showers and washing dishes. And I think I shared how when I visited India and I took my clothes to what's called the Dhobi Wala, the guy that does the laundry, and then he proceeded to take my clothes out to the Ganges and wash them, and then they were like crispy when I got them back, right? They were blessed in the Ganges, and it was just like, wow. And that water is cold, I think. And so the blessing of our detergent and all of that, yes. we're just so blessed. Like if we really stop to count our blessings, we'll really get to that space of understanding truly how blessed we are. And then I talked about Jesus and how Jesus practiced gratitude and that we ought to as well. And Jesus gave thanks and commanded the law to work, which is very science of mindy, right? Jesus gave thanks, commanded the law to work, which is what we're called to do. Give thanks and command the law to work. That means be strong and firm in your conviction, firm in your belief, because Jesus was never like, oh, I sure hope this works. There's like 5,000 hungry people here. We got to feed this multitude or else there's going to be a mob, you know. He was like, thank you, God. Thank you. He never said, well, maybe I'll try this, you know. He was firm. He gave thanks and commanded the law to work. He knew the power of his word, and he used it to heal the sick, raise the dead, and feed the hungry. So 3 examples of that were Lazarus. He commanded Lazarus to come out of the tomb. He didn't say, hey, Lazarus, get up. He was like, Lazarus, come out, right, after thanking God. And he commanded that the sick man take up his mat and walk. And he fed the multitudes with a few loaves of bread and a couple of fish. I likened that to the bottomless salad at Olive Garden, right? It just keeps on coming and coming. It's amazing. So Jesus gave thanks and commanded the law to work. Be like Jesus in that respect, right? And then we had our 7-step formula, as I mentioned, which was to read something inspirational, write a gratitude letter, speak what you wrote out loud for 5 minutes, because in our speaking aloud is how we give things power, right? Our word is power. And then actually imagine experiencing this good that you're so grateful for. Imagine it. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Where are you? You see yourself smiling and filled with giddy bliss and joy, skipping around, sprinkling dust, fairy dust and glitter everywhere. I guess that's just me. I just really saw myself like, hey. And then as you go through your day, expect to experience what she was calling leads, right? Leads. And so I call them God winks. They're not coincidences, right? They are not coincidences. They are really demonstrations of what's occurring. Just like when we say, hey, I just bought a red Tesla, and now you're going to see red Teslas everywhere. We're drawing it into our awareness because we are being conscious and invoking it, right? And then it was about celebrating your wins and noting your demonstrations, having a celebration partner, and then practicing gratitude and forgiveness in the evening. Now that was like a super practice, super practice. And I would love to hear from some of you, not today, but I would love to hear from some of you who have actually experienced a transformation as a result of this practice. I should have asked you before today, then we could have shared it today, but we'll talk about it. We'll keep talking about it. And then that was all the first Sunday. Wow, I packed these things full. God packs these sermons full, doesn't it? So on the 14th, the second Sunday, we took a sacred pause. We took a sacred pause to appreciate the beauty, grace, and feeling tone of the presence of Spirit within. Meaning we stopped and recognized that each point along this journey has brought us beautifully to this place that we are now. Even if we didn't like it in the moment, we were able to go back into the memory and bless it and recognize how we couldn't be where we are today without that have occurring. We're not condoning it or anything like that. We're just recognizing Spirit in all of this. My path couldn't have been any other way. Sometimes I wish it were, and I shared a little bit about my story and the story of betrayal, and we go through these things. We're not being tested. It's just whatever we're doing is calling us into this particular experience at the time, right? And then there we go. So we felt gratitude for all of our experiences, the seeming good and the seeming bad, right? Seeming good and seeming bad is all relative, good and bad, right? Our thinking is what is making it good or bad. It just is what it is. And so I shared how I had beautiful moments on my journey so far, filled with wonder and grace, and plenty of twists and turns and moments like WTF here. What is happening? I don't think I want this right now. And so I think that's true for all of us, right? So looking back, we bless all of those moments. And remember that new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings, right? New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. And so that was a great journey. And then we moved into November 21st, last Sunday, which we had Love's Table. That was so wonderful. I'm so grateful for that. And last Sunday was one of my favorites so far this month because I got to talk about American spiritual author and leader Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was one of Ernest Holmes' teachers. And she is a very good teacher. You know, she said that if I were to be asked directly as to the quickest way for a scientist to get her healing power going, I would probably say raise or praise everything and everyone in your mind. And as far as your mental convictions will demonstrate promptly, speak these praises aloud. Speak them out loud. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. So someone mentioned to me that they didn't quite understand the concept of raise and praise. And so I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that. The relationship that we have with ourselves, with the God of our understanding, you know, what we say to ourselves, what we say in our minds when no one is around, the way that you maybe beat yourself up for things or you get upset at people easily perhaps, all of that that's occurring within us is contributing to how we move through the world. So if we're upset, you know, at home or whatever, and we're getting upset with our loved ones, we're getting upset at the person at the grocery store, whatever it is, that's contributing to our well-being or not so well-being, right? And so that's what we're getting present to, you know. Whatever you have a complaint about, a persistent complaint fuels the fire of negativity in our minds, which is directly connected to our body. So the quickest way for us to get our healing power going is to raise and praise everyone and everything, including ourselves. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I raise my life. I praise my life in the name of love. Not, that's so stupid. Wish that didn't happen. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. It's a shift, right? It's like a release of that negativity. And so as we raise and praise in the name of love, we begin to experience a healing. We experience a healing in our minds, and that leads to the healing in our emotional body, and that leads to a healing on a cellular level. Like our cells are actually affected by our thoughts and our words. And so raising and praising, you know, if you're feeling down, you know, when we come up with an experience of not feeling well, we talk about how unwell it feels, but if we were to transform that into raising and praising ourselves, you know, having our cells up level in their frequency, we begin to experience transformation more quickly, right? So lifting our thoughts constantly. Lifting, that's raising, right? Lifting our thoughts constantly. Someone cuts you off on the freeway and you get angry. The anger is in you. The person who cut you off is not affected by your anger or your upset. You are affected by it. Your body is affected by it. So you all have heard of Masaru Emoto, yes? And his water experiences, right? He did a book and some movies and stuff on the water and how blessing the water changed the molecular structure of the water. And so the quickest way to get our healing power going is to raise and praise everything and everyone in our minds and speak those praises out loud. So that's what Masaru Emoto was experimenting with. So the point is, this is our one precious life, right? This is our one precious life. We're called to not give our power away, not give our right to be happy away, not give away our right to be joyous and free to someone we don't even know. It's time that we let ourselves be happy. We deserve it. We deserve it. Say that. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be free. I deserve to be healed. I am living love. I raise my life, I praise my life in the name of love. I raise my life, I praise my life in the name of love. I raise my life, I praise my life in the name of love. All right, and so it is. Woo! So good. So raise and praise everyone and everything. Let go of our need to condemn others, including ourselves, especially ourselves. And then we talked about the 3 stages of gratitude: grateful for all that you have, grateful for the seeming negative experiences in your life, and gratitude simply for being alive. And that is today. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. And so we're going to do a gratitude meditation. I invite you to close your eyes, or if you want to rest your gaze gently about a couple of feet in front of you, that's fine too, whatever's comfortable. But just sort of, shake your arms and legs and sit up in your chair, or do whatever it is you need to do to allow yourself to go deep in this moment. And allow yourself to just be present and still. And in this stillness, recall significant events of your life that you are grateful for. Recall the things you might normally take advantage of that you are grateful for, like free-flowing water, hot showers, or maybe cold showers. Observe the span of a day. Moments of kindness, ordinary graces. Consider something to be grateful for in turbulent times or situations that you may not be happy about. It could even be a situation that you're embarrassed about. Remember that life is happening for us and not to us. And then take a moment to be thankful for yourself in all your beauty and all of your flaws. Feeling grateful for your hands and eyes, your ears, nose, your mouth, and your feet, and all of your organs, and all of your cells, and this wonderful skin we have, protecting our organs and cells from the air. What a gift. Thank you, God, for breathing me into existence for such a time as this. I'm so grateful I'm alive. And then allow your attention to come back into the room and open your eyes as it feels natural to do so. Just look around. Maybe look out the window. Feel that gratitude. So today is all about feeling the gratitude simply for being alive, simply for being here. This moment is a gift. This life is a gift. When we truly get that, like really get that at the core of our being, there can be nothing to be upset about, nothing to be complaining about or sad about, because we are simply grateful for existing here and now. We're in a space where we can say, thank you, God, for this beautiful life. And the invitation is to make a pledge to not waste one more minute of our lives living any other way than in and from our radiant spiritual magnificence. Who's with me on that? Right? Repeat after me. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Turn to the person next to you and say, I'm so grateful I'm alive. Now turn to the person on the other side of you. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Now everybody stand up and go around the room and share, I'm so grateful I'm alive. Zoomers, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 All right, beloveds. Beautiful. Wow. Did you feel that shift again? I'm so grateful I'm alive. I want to leave you with a story. And it's a story, a simple story about just a change in perspective, right? And how important it is for us to be able to be aware of the way we're moving through the world and to begin to look and speak in a different way. So there was a blind boy who sat on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet. He held up a sign which read, "I am blind, please help." There were only a few coins in his hat, spare change from folks as they hurried past. A man was walking by, and he took a few coins from his pocket and dropped them into the hat. He then took the sign, turned it around, and wrote some words on it. Then he put the sign back in the boy's hand so that everyone who walked by would see the new words. Soon the hat began to fill up. A lot more people were giving money now to the blind boy. And so that afternoon, the man who had changed the sign returned to see how things were going. The boy recognized his footsteps and asked, "Were you the one who changed my sign this morning? What did you write?" The man said, "I only wrote the truth. I said what you said, but in a different way. I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day,' but I cannot see it." Both signs spoke the truth, but the first sign simply said the boy was blind, while the second sign conveyed to everyone walking by how grateful they should be to see. Let's take a deep breath. Yes. And turn our attention inward and join me in this place of gratitude, this place of love. In this presence, I know that there is only one life. That life is God, that life is perfect, and that life is my life now. And on this day, and going forward from here, I remember this truth, that I am spirit in form, and that I am connected and directed by this presence of love. I have a direct connection to my source. And I am grateful that this source has birthed me into existence right here, right now. I'm so grateful I'm alive. And this is my new way of being. It is the outfit that is perfect for me. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings in my life. Thank you for the good, the seeming bad, and all that is yet to be revealed. I am so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I release this prayer of gratitude into that loving and creative action of the law, knowing it is so, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Yep, come on up. We're going to invite the band to come on up. Let's give them some love. How about our new singers today? Rebecca, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And so as they get prepared over there, I want to remind you all that we are still seeking volunteers for the tech team, and you can see Travis or Brian in the back. We're seeking volunteers. What else? Fundraising committee and more. Who do you see for fundraising committee? Me? See me. And I'll go, what? Talk to Jen.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom up in the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know, don't you? Butterflies all having some fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's how I feel. And this old world is a new world, is a bold world
you.
Woo! All right. Thank you. Wow. Okay, where are we at? What's next here? Where's my order of service? Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. Okay, will the ushers please come forward? All right, if this service has inspired you in any way, we invite you to consider making a donation, and there is an envelope. If you are giving cash, we invite you to write your name on the envelope and put the cash in the envelope. It has a little label there. That way it can be recorded by our office, and you'll get a giving statement at the end of the year. Your donations are all tax deductible. And so you can place your gift now over your heart and repeat after me. Divine love through me.
Divine love through me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
All that I receive.
Joyously I give.
Joyously I give.
And joyfully I receive.
And joyfully I receive.
And so it is.
Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give.
So if you would, just for one more minute, just take a moment, close your eyes. I know that the gifts in these baskets here are divine. That is God in action. And I give thanks for that, because I know that these gifts bless Awakening Way's spiritual community and allow this community to thrive and to present wonderful, wonderful opportunities and wonderful times for every person who is part of Awakening Way's spiritual community. I just give thanks for all of that. I give thanks for the donations that are coming through the internet as well. We are so blessed and we are so grateful. And I release these words knowing that they are so, and so it is.
So it is.
And do we have Sonia and the children? No children today? All right. Thank you, Sonia. We love you. Woo!
Good morning. All right, Zoomers. Good morning, Awakening Ways. Woo-hoo! That's right. My name is Travis, and I am your announcements angel for this morning. I wanted to let you know, people in the room, we have 17 souls on Zoom that are watching today's service. Yeah. Raise and praise you, Zoomers. And I also wanted to, if this is your first time, I wanted to introduce the band. And since I've been here, we haven't introduced the band. So I just want to turn your attention over to sweet Screamin' Jimmy there at the keyboards. He's our music director. We have Karen, Rebecca, Nancy. We got Ron in the back. Just give him some love. Our musical inspiration, Screamin' Jimmy. What is the name of the band this week?
The name of the band is, ready? What Else Is Possible?
It's the What Else Is Possible band. All right. Thank you, musical inspiration. All right. And now for our announcements. That's right. All right. So we have a midweek check-in on Zoom with Reverend Elizabeth. You can join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. and the email with the Zoom link is sent out on Tuesdays. So you want to be sure, if you're not already on the newsletter, to get on that before Tuesday if you want that Zoom link. All right. And as Reverend Elizabeth mentioned, our tech team is seeking out volunteer angels for the Sunday service tech team. This is, so we've been assembling a tech team to help with setup and packing up the equipment after service, but also some visual aids, you know, for lighting, some sound. And we could desperately use a camera op. And because I noticed, sorry about that, Ron, during the second song, we had the camera on the podium. I should be saying sorry to you Zoomers. You had a nice view of the podium while the music was going. So a camera op to help out. Poor Brian back there. We love you, Brian. So Brian's running sound. He's also he's multitasking. So we're seeking some volunteer angels to help out. If that's you or somebody that you know, come and see me after service. All right, fundraising volunteers. We are also looking for some fundraising volunteers to help our budget so that we may continue to rent this beautiful space at the pavilion and our amazing office on El Camino Real. Please see either myself or Reverend Elizabeth if you're interested in helping to put a fundraiser together, and then we will be seeing Jan. Whoa. So I didn't know I was in there, but there it is right there on my announcements. Okay. All right. That was a nice Jedi mind trick that you did, right? Okay. And now for a very important announcement. This is in regards to Echo sleeping bags. So we reached out to the El Camino Homeless Organization, which is, the acronym is ECHO, to find out how the Awakening Ways spiritual community could bless them during this holiday season. And they said the item that they need the most is sleeping bags. That's right. So in this season of comfort and joy, we are collecting new or gently used, these are cleaned with no rips or tears, sleeping bags to deliver to Echo on December 19th. So if you choose to shop for a bag, make sure it is an adult size and a medium grade, warm. You could bring the sleeping bag to the Sunday service on December 19th, and it will be delivered that day. If shopping is not your bag, baby, you can send a donation marked sleeping bag, and we will make the purchase on your behalf. Did I just slip into some other voice right there? Unbelievable. Was written on the page that way. I don't know. Okay, what a wonderful way to send love and warmth to those who need it much. So if you want some more information, you could also see me after service. All right, and that brings me to my next item, Giving Tuesday. This is fantastic. So we have been approved as a nonprofit by Facebook, otherwise known as Meta, to receive donations. This means anyone can now create a Facebook fundraiser to support our beloved Awakening Way spiritual community. And you can be creative and fun. This Tuesday, if you don't already know, is Giving Tuesday on Facebook. And Reverend Elizabeth has created a fundraiser on her page. So on Giving Tuesday, November 30th, Meta, formerly Facebook, will match $8 million in qualifying donations. There's a caveat here. You got to be first. So everybody and their brother and sister that is participating in Giving Tuesday is setting their alarms for 4:45 a.m. And this is actually pretty fun. We've done this a couple of years in a row to get our donations in by 5 a.m. on the nose, because Facebook has a time limit where they cap their donation at $8 million in qualifying donations. So all of the fundraisers all together, once Facebook or Meta has accumulated $8 million, they stop the donations. They don't stop the fundraisers. The fundraisers keep going. But Facebook will match those donations for the nonprofits or the fundraisers, right? So that's fun. So if we get $500 in donations before they put the cap, then we get how much? That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. And so the last announcements here. Now, what's that? 2 more? Oh, yeah, we have 2 more. Can I have that one? Thank you. We have, count 'em, 1 more book available. This is The Gratitude Formula, a 7-step success system to create a life that you love by Mae McCarthy. We have 1 more available, and it's for how much? $16, not $16.50, $16. Who, first person that wants this book? All right, sold to Jerry. All right. I am now the auction angel. Okay. Yeah. I've got a used mask here. Anybody? No. Okay. All right, so you've now had a taste of holiday eating, which makes next Sunday, December 5th, the perfect time to attend the Healthy Bodies Connecting Circle at 12:30 p.m. at the Awakening Ways office at 7350 El Camino Real. So there, our mighty and magnificent Patricia Alexander will lead a conversation about the most resourceful way to get through the rest of the holiday eating experience, still eating healthy and enjoying yourself, but doing less damage than the 5 pounds I just gained. So I will be there because I would like to know more about this. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Question.
Yes.
So in order to donate on Facebook,
Yes.
we have to go to Reverend Elizabeth's Facebook page.
Yes, that is a great one. Yeah, so if you want to participate in the fundraiser that is on Reverend Elizabeth's page, you will have to go to her, seek her out, and befriend her if you're not already friends, and then you can participate in that fundraiser. And then the other
We can
thing,
send out a link in the e-news also and post it on our center, our page too.
and that brings me to the next thing. So
you.
I did mention that we are simulcasting to Zoom right now. So every week we post these videos on our new personalized YouTube channel, the Awakening Ways Spiritual Community YouTube channel. That's right. So there is quite an archive here. So we have the live streams since Reverend Elizabeth has been here, but there's also an archive of the previous ministers and the previous events that you all participated in. It's really quite extraordinary. So if you want to get a flavor of today, if there was a song you heard or if there was something in the message that you wanted to replay, that will be on our Awakening Ways Spiritual Community YouTube channel. And that, my beloved, is the announcement.
All right,
Outta here.
woo! Let's circle up for the benediction and call and response, and our song. Oops. Ooh, yeah, we gotta scoot in. Move it in. All right. Okay, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. And please repeat after me, something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationship.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is,
Just the way that it is.
and just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woo!
May I be filled